There are literally millions of people online trying to make money with meme coins. Most are doing it the wrong way. Let us show you the right way to make a minimum of $10,000 a month income using meme coins. One careless wallet click can undo weeks of planning. A beginner opens what looks like the right launch page, sees the familiar logo, and approves a request that has nothing to do with the action they intended. The page disappears. The wallet is still there, but the permission has changed. That is why my rule is simple. Security is not the final check before launch. Security is part of the launch. And if you're thinking, I'm not technical enough for this, good. You do not need to become a blockchain engineer today. You need a routine that makes rushed decisions harder, keeps your important assets apart, and gives you permission to stop when something does not make sense. Picture the pressure. Your community is waiting, the launch window is open, and somebody says, just approve this quickly. That sentence should never be stronger than your process. Speed feels productive, but convenience is lovely, until it becomes the reason the risk is larger than it needs to be. So let's build a shield you can use before SendIt. Not a promise of perfect safety, not a complicated security course. A short, repeatable way to decide what is exposed, what is protected, and what deserves one more question before you sign. Start by separating the places where your assets live. Your personal wallet is for assets that are not needed for this launch. Your dedicated launch wallet is the workbench for project transactions. Your treasury wallet is for funds that need stronger controls and should not be exposed to routine clicking. Think of it like a workshop. You bring the tools required for today's job to the bench. You do not carry every valuable thing you own into the workshop and leave it beside the paint tins. If the launch wallet is compromised, separation gives your personal assets and treasury a better chance of staying outside the same line of fire. That separation is not magic. It does not make you invincible. It is simply good containment. A mistake in one place should not automatically become a disaster everywhere. Now ask the uncomfortable question. How much can you genuinely afford to expose to launch activity? Write that number down while you're calm. Not the number that makes the project look impressive, the number you can lose without damaging your life. Only place what the next stage requires into the launch wallet. Avoid loading every available coin into one account because moving funds feels inconvenient. Set limits in advance. Decide which actions need a second review and keep higher value assets under stronger protection where appropriate. That pause is not lost momentum. It is the shield doing its job. The next danger is permission. A wallet signature is not just a polite digital handshake. Depending on the network, wallet, and contract, you could be approving a particular action or granting access that reaches much further than you expected. Here is the question I want you to say out loud before every important approval. What exactly am I authorizing, and why does it need to happen now? If you cannot explain the answer in one clear sentence, you are not ready to sign. Imagine you expected to approve one launch action, but the wallet shows a broad token allowance instead. Those are not automatically the same thing. Do not guess, and do not assume the logo makes it safe. Close the page and verify the action through the current official documentation for the wallet, network, or launchpad you selected. Check the domain letter by letter. Watch for unusual endings, small spelling changes, copied adverts and links arriving through unsolicited messages. A page can look almost right and still be the wrong place to connect a wallet. Then read the wallet prompt itself. Check the network. Check the contract or recipient. Check the amount. Check the requested permission. Finally ask, does this match exactly what I intended to do? No surprise, no signature. If the answer is unclear, walk away. Close the page, preserve the useful details, and verify through a trusted official channel. A deadline does not remove the need for checking. In fact, pressure is often the moment when your process matters most. Before launch day, prepare the environment as carefully as the project itself. Use a clean, updated device. Be cautious with unknown browser extensions, untrusted downloads, and accounts you rarely use. You are reducing the number of things that can interfere with a high-stakes transaction. Check your backups privately. Your recovery phrase should be stored securely, never pasted into a website, and never shared with anyone claiming to be support. No legitimate helper needs your private key or recovery phrase. Anyone asking for either one is giving you a reason to stop. Make the roles clear, even if your team is small. Who prepares the transaction? Who checks the address? Who watches the community channel? If you are doing everything yourself, create a deliberate review pause. Put the transaction down, look away for a moment, then return and read what is actually on the screen. Confirm the network and launch settings against current official documentation. Wallets, networks, and launchpads can change. Yesterday's instructions may be outdated today, so familiarity is not verification. Then read the final transaction one more time. Not the version you remember, the version actually on the screen. Amount, recipient, contract, and purpose. Do all four line up? If they do not, stop. What if you have already signed something suspicious? Stop, preserve, escalate. Stop signing and stop interacting with the suspicious site. Preserve links, screenshots, and transaction details without exposing sensitive information. Then contact the relevant wallet provider, platform, or qualified security professional through an official channel. Do not panic. Click your way into a second problem. Do not share private keys or recovery phrases with a stranger offering a guaranteed rescue. Be especially cautious of unsolicited messages promising to recover everything immediately. If you have a community watching the project, communicate calmly. Say what you know, what you do not yet know, and what steps you are taking. Avoid dramatic promises. Clear, measured information protects trust, better than pretending everything is fine. And let's keep expectations honest. A security routine cannot remove technical risk, market risk, contract risk, or human error. It cannot guarantee a successful launch or a financial result. What it can do is make avoidable mistakes less likely and help you act with more discipline. That distinction matters. Responsible launching is not about sounding certain. It is about knowing what you control, limiting what you expose, checking current information, and getting suitable legal, financial, or technical advice when your situation requires it. So before your next SendIt, ask yourself a handful of plain questions. Are my personal, launch, and treasury funds separated? Is only the required amount exposed? Did I reach the platform through an official source? Do I understand every permission? Is the device clean, the backup secure, the network correct, and the final transaction exactly what I intended? If any answer is no, the launch is not ready, and that is useful information, not failure. Get started with a done with you system. Write the answers into your launch brief. Review them with someone knowledgeable, and make verification part of the work rather than an obstacle to it. Don't follow the pack into a rushed click. Learn the right way to build, protect the process, and communicate responsibly. Save this episode, copy the security shield into your next launch brief, and verify before signing. Build the habit first, then launch with clarity. Let's go. Start making serious money today deploying meme coins using our free SendIt alpha tool. You'll soon be generating well over $10,000 a month.